Lethal out.
I'm on my way.
Oh, I'm coming back. I'm gonna try to go in behind them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it.
Dallas is on that box over there. Got her.
Yeah. I'm gonna have the person who was jumping at you, sorry.
Where?
Was it Griffin Mustela?
I'm not sure.
I'll hack this.
Come closer.
He's coming.
Objective secured. Defend it.
Yep, over here.
Hit me with the axe. Get out of here. You're over here playing like Garbo. You're gonna throw an axe. What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some buy gameplay, and today we're going to be talking about the Revolver. It just got even better. Let's head over and check it out. So the Revolver has received a buff in the Formal Affair hotfix for Rogue Company. So what they did was they went in and they increased the body shot damage to 40, and they decreased the fall off range of the weapon, which essentially makes it more effective at longer ranges. So Pistol Mastery's been in the game for a couple weeks, maybe a month or so at this point, and I knew going in that changes to the pistols needed to be made prior to the Pistol Mastery coming in. Developers decided, hey, we're not going to do anything with any of the weapons. We're just going to throw them in there and see what happens. Cool. That's perfect sense. That makes the most sense ever, right? From a developer standpoint, from a player standpoint, let's just open the floodgates and see what is just wrecking havoc that week, and we'll try to like wait until 3 or 4 updates down the road and fix it, right? That's the mentality we have over at First Watch Games, apparently. So I was not expecting this Revolver change. Much like the A3 Salvo change, I was not expecting this Revolver change in this way. Now, whenever I gave my feedback on what the pistol changes needed to be prior to the Pistol Mastery, I said there's 2 weapons that we really need to take a look at. That's going to be very deadly in the hands of some of the other rogues that have access to them. One of them was the Warrant, which we have no changes to whatsoever in this hotfix. The other one being the Revolver. I feel like the Revolver, for very good, very accurate players, is very deadly. How many times have you been playing a match and you've ran into just a Dallas running the Revolver, and that's all he runs the entire match, and it's just slaying people? And that's just one character that has access to it. You got Cannon that has access to it, but I mainly see that happening specifically with Dallas. Now, really good Cannon players will opt out and save on that initial weapon so that they can run that pistol because they have the Gatling gun, right? So you have players on both sides that were abusing the Revolver prior to weapon mastery because they knew how powerful it was, they knew how strong it was, and they knew what they could do with that weapon. So let's buff it. That's exactly what we did. We decided to buff it over here. You know what I mean? The developers thought that it wasn't performing how it needed to perform. So we're making it perform even better. So it went from like 36 damage to 40 body shot damage. So essentially you can 3-tap most people. You can 2-tap headshot most people. Unless they have armor, unless they have certain levels of bulletproof, unless they have certain levels of toughness, you can pretty much 3-tap anybody at that point. And I understand that the pistol fires a little bit more slowly compared to some of the other pistols in the game, but with that damage output, it really needs to fire a lot slower than it currently fires. My suggestion was to increase the fire rate of it, decrease the damage to make it fire a little bit faster, do a little bit less damage, but feel more rewarding, and then look at upgrading the actual ammo capacity as one of the upgrades for the weapon. That was my suggestion, because we're playing in a fictional world. Just because it's a revolver doesn't mean that it has to have 6 bullets in it. We've had the revolver in the past have way more bullets, and with Gunsmith, you can have more bullets in it, which doesn't logically make any sense whatsoever when compared to the real world. So, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's very interesting that they decided to go this route with the changes, and we've seen a ton of people that are like, okay, I'm going to run Lancer with the revolver and see how broken it is. How many creators have you seen put a video up where they're running Lancer, they're running Revolver, and they're just running around 2-3 tapping people? Now it's going to be worse. Now it's going to be even more deadly at longer ranges. Now, coupled with Gunsmith and also with the headshot perk, I can't think what it's called, you're going to be able to just run this pistol and get away with it consistently, depending on what rogues have access to that stuff. This is not a good change. This is a change that should have went in a different direction, in my opinion. They should have reduced the damage. They should have increased the fire rate of it just a little bit. They should have adjusted it that way to make it feel more rewarding and more competitive and more close quarters engagements. That's what I thought that they should have done with it, in my opinion. Because when you look at the fire rate gap between the other pistols and the revolver is absolutely the outlier in that situation. And I'm not saying put it competitively with the fire rate for something like the Warrant or the Spitfire or the Salvo, but I'm saying like put it up there a little bit closer to the Executioner. Make it fire a little bit slower than the Executioner, but make it do a little bit more damage. That way you have a more slower fire rate weapon that does a little bit higher damage that is comparable to some of these other weapons. Now it's going to stay the same. The fire rate's staying the same, but the damage is going up, which is going to make it's going to almost outclass itself in a way, because you're going to be able to run the revolver as a DMR essentially. So you're going to have, because like for Vi specifically, right? On certain maps, I'll run Vi with a S12 and then I'll use the Executioner as that long range option. Well, that goes out the window now. And now I'm going to be running the revolver, because we're doing 40 body shot damage. I mean, it's a DMR. It's a handheld DMR is all it is. I don't understand. Where's the changes to the Warrant in this hotfix? We don't have them. We got an LMPX readjustment. I wouldn't even call it a nerf. I would call it a readjustment completely. What are they doing? What are they doing? Like, I understand that they wanted to release this hotfix with balance changes, but what balance changes? None of these make sense. The A3 Salvo, I didn't feel like there was anything wrong with that weapon. Yes, it has a high time to kill. That's something that you should have caught before you released Pistol Mastery. Why didn't you catch that prior to that? Because nobody was out there testing the pistols. They weren't testing the pistols on other rows. They just flipped a switch and cut it on. They kept saying that over and over again, and I'm like, surely to God, they're not just going to turn a switch and make it happen. Oh no, that's exactly what they did. But be sure to let me know what you think of the revolver in the comments down below. Do you feel like this revolver buff was warranted, or do you feel like that this was completely unnecessary and they should have readjusted the weapon in other ways? Please be sure to let me know what you think in the comments. Also, be sure to check that description for links to Facebook, Discord, Twitter, and also the most current giveaway. Links for those will be below. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button to become one of the 256 crew members. And lastly, on Thursdays from 8 until 11 p.m. Central Time, Sundays from 10 a.m. until we get tired, I will be streaming here on YouTube. So if you're interested and available, please feel free to stop by and say hello there. Thanks for watching, guys.
I'm on the objective. Don't let this happen.
They're trying so hard to kill me.
Back on mission.
There's still another one over there. Ah! Right here behind this.
He's one shot. I'm safe. Oh,
Yep.
he's right there. Whoa.
Oh,
I knew he
No
was.
idea.
through the cut there.
Coming in. Dahlia's dropping off, coming through the cut. Behind you, Corey.
Oh, no!
I'm gonna res.
Watching over you.
Amateur. Systems rebooted.
Let me get something else.
There he is. Yeah. Throw something at that, you know?
Yeah.
It's big. Especially if you're gonna be creepy.
Just a creeping hand. I'm gonna try to block them off with fire. Yep. They're pushing. They're pushing hard.
Got one. I'll watch over y'all.
But
Two down there in the little cut thing. I can't shoot through fire, dude.
they can't stand in it, looks like.
You all made
Over.
that look easy.
Being bad has never felt so good.
The scorcher.
I'm in Sleppo.
Weird. Stand them.